friends, welcome back to my channel. Life is Tiff Knows It. Tiff here bringing you another whip and chat. Whip and chat number 75 if I'm counting correctly. So I have done quite a few of these videos. I hope you're doing well. Hope that, the autumn season is bringing you a lot of joy. I am currently working on a kit called Playing with Fire. I have gotten some progress done from my last whip and chat, which is lovely. And it's a giant kit. It is from the artist Romy Lerda. It's from Dreamer Designs. It is a 60 by 80 centimeter kit. Square drills with 59 colors. So definitely, as I'm hitting the halfway point in Drills and Chills, I am well aware that the realm of possibility of finishing this kit by the time it's supposed to be completed is not going to happen, and I'm totally okay with it. This weekend, I had some time to diamond paint. I diamond painted for a good portion of the day yesterday and got like this whole area that you can see down here and over here done, and a bit more that's out of the camera range. So yay, I'm so excited. I've dedicated more time to diamond painting. I want to continue to do that. It's such a relaxing, therapeutic thing for me to do. So yay. What else is going on? Sometimes I get questions about this pen, and so it's from Diamond Art Club. And yes, so I use the same pen over and over again. I'm not really huge into different accessories. I know some diamond painters are, and I go with what works for me. And I did switch up my boat to a Diamond Art Club boat. I think they make really good boats for kits. I like to use Diamond Art Club accessories. I was just looking at the Diamond Art Club website because my mom is doing some super early Christmas shopping and asked if I want more diamond paintings. And I said, yeah, I do. I will totally take diamond paintings as a gift any day. And that way I get to unbox them on my channel because I love doing unboxings. So, yes. I apologize in advance if I cough a little bit or if I clear my throat. I'm kind of in that weird point of not being fully sick, but just like feeling kind of like congested. So, and I think it's slightly psychological too, because when I think about coughing or having to cough, it makes me feel like I have to cough more. So I'm just gonna change the subject. Let's see. I need Z. Oh, sometimes finding the symbol is the hardest part. I think my daughter Denise got in these and switched around some of the order of them. Or is that just a convenient excuse for me since I cannot, there it is. Cannot find my symbol I need. I also have shifted around this diamond painting, so I think the orientation of my drills and the way they're organized, they're just different. So I'll have to move them around if it becomes a big problem. So yeah, let's see. That diamond painting wise, there's really not very much news. I did just post a shop with me video at Joann's. You're welcome to go check that out. I might do a Hobby Lobby video next just to kind of complete some updated shop with me's so you know what's out there currently. And I'm always curious too, like if it really varies by the geographical location with how much diamond paintings are offered. But I'm very happy that like Michael's and Joann's, they seem to have a pretty decent stock of diamond paintings, because for a while Michael's, I mean, there was only a very few that were available, at least at the ones in my area, and I live in Colorado, so in like Denver metro area. So I'm so glad that they have more diamond paintings available. It's really fun to me to just go shop for diamond paintings and not necessarily buy them, but to like see the physical kits Oh, it gives me a thrill. I like it for sure. I'm trying to like figure out different ideas for videos too. So if you have any ideas of like what kind of videos you want to see, I wish I could bust out more post reviews. Like I really like Diamond and Washi's channel and how she has so many post reviews, but it's just where I'm at in my life, working full time and being a mom. There's just no way that I can produce finishes. I wish I could. But maybe if I created smaller kits, that would help. And I do have a break coming up in a few weeks. I have fall break. I'm so excited. So I'm sure I can fill some of my time with diamond painting to get a jump start or, some catch-up time for sure. But yeah, let's see. So I will just kind of take you through my week since I don't have any other diamond painting related news. Last WIP and chat, I was talking about some nervous energy flowing about a training I had to host. And I did get a comment, or maybe 2 comments. I'm really bad at replying to comments. I need to do that. About like just wishing me well or knowing the training will go well. And it did. It went well for the most part. I found out like scheduling wise, I just needed to schedule more time for that training. But other than that, it went well. So yeah, I'm trying to just be thankful that that's done. I have another mini training I'm hosting for staff this upcoming Tuesdays are just like the stress day. And I chose to not work this weekend, to not get a head start on things, which is good and bad, right? Like I have good boundaries with that this weekend, and I was able to diamond paint. But the nervous energy on a Sunday evening is flowing. I have some of the Sunday scaries, as I learned, is something coined in other YouTube channels and like in blogs and stuff, about just feeling anxious about the upcoming week. And I struggle with that. So yeah, I struggle with anxiety from time to time. Hence why diamond painting, I don't think I am alone in that. I think there is a lot of people who maybe diamond paint to look for clarity in direction, because it's very clear that you stick there's a whole guide to what to do. And I think that's sometimes what I miss and I crave in my type of job. There is no guide really. There's just a lot of circumstantial, like you get to choose your own adventure kind of, and it never sometimes, like I rarely get validation that I made the right choice in a lot of instances. And so in diamond painting, it's pretty clear, and that's pretty nice in my humble opinion. But yes, the training went well. Yesterday was very relaxing, as I've mentioned. Didn't move my body much, which that's the downside too. Like, there's always pluses and minuses, right? Like, I got a diamond paint, and I did get my steps in, but it just takes effort to do that. It was very nice though. And today was relaxing day too. I got to play a board game with my husband and my husband's friend. Well, mutual friend, like I'm his friend too. And it was, I can't remember the name of it. It had to do with octopus. And like the name octopus is in the game. And it was a fun game. We had a brunch today. Well, more breakfast. Made some chocolate chip pancakes and eggs, which was nice, and bacon, which I did eat a little bit of bacon, although I'm sure I've mentioned this before. One of my goals in life is to own a pot belly pig or like a teacup pig. I don't think it will ever happen, but it feels very conflicting to me to eat meat of an animal that I want to own as a pet. So everyone has different opinions on it, but I do avoid pork when I can. But today I did have a little bit of bacon. And then I was invited to a late lunch with some previous coworkers of mine, and that was fun too. So I am so full right now. I don't know if you've ever I'm currently in the boat of just like feeling miserably full. Like I had the option to save half the meal, and that would have been wise because then I could have brought it for lunch the next day, but I kept slowly biting at it. And I thought, this isn't enough to save. And I'm like, but I'm not going to waste food. So I ended up eating it all. And that was just a unfortunate choice, in my opinion, looking back on it. I thought it would be okay. And it was delicious. It was a shredded beef chimichanga. And I am going to drink some water because it made me so thirsty. I have some lemon water. I've been really liking lemon water lately. I'm looking out the window. You can kind of see it even in the reflection kind of here. I have this beautiful tree outside, and there's like these they look like little cherries. I think they're actually underdeveloped apples, but I'm not entirely sure. But during fall, they start coming on our tree. And in the springtime, our leaves are completely pink, like a cherry blossom. And now the leaves are starting to turn yellow, and these beautiful little apples are blooming. And it's just so beautiful. Like the sun right now is hitting it. In fact, why don't I just show you? Look out the window and see. Like, look at how beautiful that is. That just looks so pretty. And you can't really see in the camera the colors of the leaves turning yellow, but they definitely are starting to. And it's just really pretty in my opinion. So that's a benefit to diamond painting in this room, is I get to see the really pretty leaves and have a mindful moment with you. I want more of those moments because I don't know. Maybe I share too much on these WIP and chats, but I do want to be genuine and human. And one thing that was hard with this lunch is they're all people who worked out with me at a different school. And last year I was really struggling working at that place. And I was just really struggling in general. And I feel that I'm doing so much better on like almost every aspect of my life. Like I just mentally feel much better. I mean, health-wise, I have less stress. I'm still stressed. I feel that I treat myself better for the most part. I get more sleep. And it's hard. I don't know how to express this, but like today it was kind of like the first time I've seen them as a group since I worked there. And they asked me how I was, and I felt guilty for saying that I was doing so well. And it felt like I was bragging because I don't want to come across that way. And I wonder if anyone else like struggles out there with just acknowledging and just saying to other people, I'm doing really well, and not feeling bad for it. Because I think all of them to some length are not doing as well as me. Like they're struggling with things in different ways. And so like it felt really embarrassing to me to like say I'm doing so good. Like, and so I think the rest of the time I tried to like not share it, or I don't know. Has anyone else felt that way? Like it feels hard to celebrate when you're doing well. I don't know. It's just a weird concept. Like, I felt guilty for doing well. And I want everybody to be doing okay. And I don't know, it just made me feel bad when I'm doing well and they're maybe not. But thankfully, all of them, they're doing okay, you know? And my husband reminded me too that, like, I chose to leave because it was best for me, and they can choose. They're adults too. And so anyway, I've been really like reflecting on that. Like, why is it so hard to almost like talk about when, like, to other people when things are going well? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one in that struggle, but that was definitely kind of recapping today. And, you know, I think too, it kind of like boils down to this struggle that, like, this concept to remind myself that, like, I deserve happiness and I deserve things to go well. And there's no reason I shouldn't have things in my life that I want. And I think that's just another reason that, I don't know, it's just another way, I guess, that low self-esteem kind of is playing itself out. And I want to work on my self-esteem, and I think I've grown a lot in it. It's just kind of like, for some reason, because I was struggling so much at that time, and those people were in my life at that time, it's like I reverted back to, I don't know, being less confident. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking about that though. So, I will tell you, I'm in a spooky type mood. I have been really watching like some true crime documentaries. I am surprised at how much content YouTube has. Like, they have the whole show 48 hours you can watch, which has been my jam lately. So yesterday was lovely because I just got to watch those types of shows, which are super kind of heavy and dark. But for some reason, I'm really enjoying them right now. And it makes me feel like, oh, all my problems are really first world problems. Like, I'm fine. And so, I don't know. I've been like really excited for Halloween this year. It's currently October 1st when I'm filming this. I'll probably release it the 3rd. I have to tell you the cookie story. The cookie story is kind of silly. So, sorry, I'm so thirsty. I stopped at Trader Joe's. I shop for my father-in-law and for myself, and there's a Trader Joe's very close to my work. And I had been watching like some videos about what to get at Trader Joe's, because it's like pumpkin season and there's so many pumpkin things. And I like pumpkin stuff. I don't really like it when it's like overly flavored with cinnamon. But I do like pumpkin. And I saw this like thing of cookies that somebody had recommended, like, oh, they were so good. And so it was kind of like in this container where, like, I'm trying to think, like the oatmeal comes in, and they were oatmeal, they were pumpkin chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. And I thought that they were super dense. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this package is heavy. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to sneak one of these cookies on the way home. I want to stress eat a little bit. And that was the day, I think, of the training. So I was like, you know, coming down from this like adrenaline rush. And so I like get in the car, and I'm expecting to just get a cookie out of this like cylinder cookie jar thing. And I reach in, and it's like all dust and powder, and I was like so confused. And I'm so silly. I realized it's not cookies that are pre-made. It's a cookie mix. So I just opened it up, stuck my hand inside, and got cookie mix all over my hand. It was really funny and embarrassing. And I had to like figure out how to wipe off my hand. I put the lid back on. Thankfully, it had like a lid. and I just drove home. So I'm looking forward to actually baking these cookies, and was like super bummed at the time I couldn't just indulge and eat one. But I thought, geez, these are hefty cookies. It must make like a ton of them, like, because the recipe that I ended up looking up later, like it was for the entire thing of it. So I'm gonna make some. I hope they're good because I'm gonna be making a ton of them. That was like the funniest moment, for sure. Let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at a conference soon, and so I gotta go out of town for a bit. I was gonna splurge and get like a nice hotel room, but I tell you what, like when conferences are in town, the hotels are very keen on that, and they raise the prices like nobody's business. So I'm going to be I'm gonna have Denise with me, and we're gonna take we're gonna drive. It's about 20 miles away from my parents' house, which honestly, like, my commute used to be 20 miles away. So my Denise gets to have a lot of time with her Grammy, and I get to stay somewhere for free for the conference. So I wonder if I should take my diamond painting when I go stay with my parents. We'll be staying with them for 2 nights, and that will be interesting. I didn't think about taking my diamond painting. This is such a giant diamond painting to take. So I might not. That's a bummer though, because I, in theory, would have so much more time to diamond paint because Denise she's, it's like she's so much more entertained because she's around toys that she usually can't access, and she's just obsessed with her Grammy. So I would totally be able to diamond paint. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think, because that's right, this kit did come with a travel kit, a travel bag. So I don't know, maybe I'll take advantage of that and take my diamond painting. The only problem is they have so many cats, and I don't want cat hair in it. Maybe I will work on a small project. Ooh, maybe I should order. You guys, now I'm thinking just like on the spot. I have some birthdays coming up, and so maybe I should order some birthday cards and work on them. Maybe do like a hyperlapse birthday card, at least some shorts videos. I'll have to think about that. I'm excited. So that's coming up. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, yes, I want to give you a kitchen update. So, if you're new to my channel, hi, by the way, or you haven't been following my WIP and chats, back in July, we had a kitchen problem. Our refrigerator has an ice machine, and it's actually one of my favorite features of a refrigerator is ice machines and water. I just think that's so cool. I don't know why. I love that. I utilize ice all the time to make iced coffee. Super convenient to me. But I guess the thing that I learned about refrigerators with ice machines is that if there is a leak due to the ice machine, it's in the back of the fridge, which means unless you're pulling your fridge out to check it all the time, you can develop a leak. And that's what happened to us. Our insurance would not cover it because it was a slow leak. So that's still like frustrating to me, to pay a ton for home insurance just to have them say it could have been prevented because it was a slow leak, even though there would have been no way of knowing it was a slow leak unless we freaking pulled out our fridge and checked it every day. So the adjuster, the insurance part didn't work out. We had mold, and so we had to get that mitigated. We needed to get the flooring out and do all of this stuff. And that part went okay, but we also wanted the same company to put the flooring back in. And that's where things went like super wonky. Like in our area, there has been so much moisture and rain, more so than what's normal for Colorado, for sure. And because of that, there's been a lot more like flooding issues and water damage and what have you. And I feel that I'm a pretty flexible person. Like I try to understand where like the challenges of a business. I used to work in retail. I know what it's like to work with difficult people, and I never really want to be a difficult person. But I felt like I was getting no communication from the company for like weeks. And so when I would reach out, I would give them the same information over and over again. Our insurance isn't covering it. We had somebody come out to measure our floor. We don't want the entire floor replaced because for some reason they wanted to replace our entire floor instead of just like the, like 1/8 of our kitchen, the floor that was impacted. Like we made it clear it doesn't need to be a perfect match. We're just wanting floor to be replaced so that we could put our fridge back where it goes. I've said that like 3 times. And then there'd be a person who came to measure again. And I said, like, you've already measured this. It was somebody else that came out on this day. And then, like, there'd be nothing, no communication for another week. And then they'd send somebody else to do the measurement again. It was insane. And then, like, they sent me a whole quote for the entire floor, even though I had explained, like, we don't want the entire floor. All we need you to do is just replace our flooring in this area. It was literally 30 planks of floor. That's it. Like, and we ended up just telling them we're going with a different company. You're obviously not listening to what we say. You have no internal communication in your company. Like, and they wanted to charge $10,000 for the flooring. And so we went with a different company, and I'm so impressed with them. Like, it's really, I think in businesses, like, not what you know, but who you know. Like, we had my father-in-law knew the person that runs this company, and they were so professional. They got it done for 1/10 of the price that was quoted before. Like, it took them, they were doing us a favor and getting us in. It took them half a day to get the work done. And it took this other company like a month and a half to get me a quote that was 10 times the price. So I guess patience paid off. We now have a floor in our kitchen. It feels so nice. Like, because we had to condense all of our appliances and all our items in our kitchen to one side of the kitchen for about like a month. Which honestly, again, first world problem. It's not, it was more of an inconvenience for sure, but it just feels so nice to have our kitchen back in place, to have our fridge back where it goes, to not have it be like this expensive task to get done, and to do it with a company who just like were so professional about it. They asked the right questions. They didn't like jerk me around. They communicated and they were prompt. And so I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Don't settle for the first company if they are not doing quality service. And like I gave this, I mean, I do think it's important to give a company a chance, but I gave this company too many chances, and that's what you get. And I wish, part of me does want to like send them that feedback. And part of me is just like, I don't want to be confrontational. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm sure I'm not the only one that is going to give them that feedback. So I'm just moving on from it. But yes, kitchen is all done. The other thing that's in the works for me is my hair is the longest it has ever been. I feel like it is so long right now. And for me, like, I've been trying to style it curly, and I've learned with my hair that if it's too long, it's like the weight of my hair cannot hold really nice curls. And I would say my hair is more wavy than curly. So I think I'm going to get my hair cut like legitly much shorter. It's going to probably save me time in the morning because my hair gets so tangly with it being so long. And now that I've dyed, I have highlights in it. It just is much drier. I'm trying really hard to like put extra conditioner in it and take good care of it, but it is so hard to brush my hair every morning. And then like when I try to scrunch it to like create natural curls, so I'm not using heat, the weight of my hair weighs it down and then it gets tangled. So I am going to be switching up my look, and I am absolutely okay with that. Yes. So just looking at my notes, I had to pause for a minute. Those are kind of the big things that are happening in my life right now. Like I am so full of gratitude too. Like I really like where my life is at right now, and I don't know. I guess I want to be able to say that out loud and not feel, number one, like something bad's going to happen because I feel that way, and I've talked about that concept before, but also like being okay saying that, like, I'm doing really well right now and I want other people to be doing well too. So a quote that comes to my mind is, only within yourself exists the other reality for which you long. And that's like so fitting for me, that like my perception is totally like, it's in my control to change that. Like I know life's going well right now for me. I feel immense gratitude for that. Like I feel so thankful. And I'm the only one that can choose to not feel bad, to say that out loud or to share that, and to not feel guilty. And so that's what I'm going to work on, is just like appreciating the moment and appreciating that like right now life is good, and wanting that and hoping that for other people too. Like I hope you're doing well. I'm sending positive vibes your way. I'm sending positive vibes to all my friends and colleagues, and I want to live with that and wishing people well instead of like feeling hurt by them. So I think I'm gonna end my WIP and chat there. And thanks for joining me as I did this project. As always, please continue to comment, like, subscribe if you haven't, if you like the type of stuff I talk about. And give me some ideas. Like, what do you want to see on my channel? And I will try my best to make it happen. Have a great rest of your day, year, month, hour, whatever it is. I'll see you next week. Bye.